Ladies and gentlemen, we've all seen, and we're going to look at a couple of clips. We're going to listen to Tyreek after the game. We're going to listen to Tyreek while he was on the field after the game. And then we're going to listen to his post-game interview while he is at the podium. And then we're going to go to the scene of the incident prior to the game. And I want to touch on a few things. The top thing I want to touch on is a teachable moment. I want to touch on a teachable moment. Tyreek Hill had an opportunity to turn what I believe a confusing situation, because the kid is confused, obviously. He's sitting there blaming other people for his own actions. He even got other players involved in a situation that he says himself could have cost them their lives behind his actions that he has yet to take any accountability for. Now, when you look back at this video, I want you to think about everything he's saying after the game, talking with the young lady on the field, and then in the post-game interview as he's getting questions about the incident that happened. Let's take a listen.
Did I know that was quite a surprise on the way, man? But you know what? At the end of the day, dog, I got a job to do, and my job is to come inside of this stadium and be great, dog. So,
what did it mean to you for your teammates to join you this morning and show support?
Bro, I love that. I was fired up, dog, to see Jonnu, to see Calais, right there in the heat of the battle with me, man. That goes to show that, man, it's more than about football, dog. Like, the brotherhood that we got outside of just football is amazing, dog, because those dudes were, like, really risking their lives for me. You feel me? So, shout out to Jonnu, shout out Calais, shout out to Drew Brooks, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to my mom, too. My mom got out the car and go, South Georgia, you feel me? Shout out to Mon Dukes, too, you feel me?
Tyreek, what happened this morning?
You know what? I'm not going to comment on any of that, man. Like, whenever stuff come out, we
the best in the nation.
We the best in the nation, man. But look, like I said, I'm not going to comment on that. We just going to let bygones be bygones. Move on and learn from it. That's it.
Appreciate the time, Tyreek. Congrats on the win.
Free my dog.
Hey, free Cheetah. Hey, free Cheetah, baby.
Slap.
Knock on my window like that, man. Don't knock on
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Knock on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
that
on
way you
my
can
window.
lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro.
Tyreek, before we talk about the game, can you go through what you experienced? What was what happened?
Right now, so I've been trying to figure that out too. I've been trying to figure that out too, man. Right now I'm still trying to put it all together. So I'm not gonna give you a version that I still don't know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to be able to use this platform to say, like, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill, bro? Like, everybody has bad apples in every situation, So I want to be able to, use this platform, to figure out a way to, like, flip this and, make it a positive on both ends, on my end and then also Miami-Dade, so that way we can team together and, do something positive for the community, because that's what it's all about, bro. Like, you guys are here to, like, protect us as individuals, and, I have a platform and I want to be able to team up with you guys, so that's all I got to say. So.
Tyreek, why do you believe the police put you in handcuffs?
I have no idea, for real. No idea. No idea, man. It's crazy. No idea. It wasn't disrespectful, because my mom didn't raise me that way. Didn't cuss. Didn't do none of that. So, like I said, I'm still trying to figure it out, man. Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
that
on
way you
my
can
window.
lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro.
I guess the police officer was put on administrative leave. Were you aware of that?
Nah, I wasn't. That should tell you everything you need to know then. You feel me? It should tell you everything you need to know. So that's all I'm gonna say about that situation. I'm just glad that my teammates were there to like support me in that situation because I felt alone, you know. And when they showed up, it made me realize that we got a fucking good team this year, dog. For them to like put their life on the line, you know what I'm saying? So it was amazing to see, man.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Don't knock on my window.
Why don't you have your seatbelt on?
Knock on my window like that, though.
Like what?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up?
Don't knock on my window like that.
Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here.
Don't knock
That
on
way you
my
can
window.
lower it and talk to
Just
you.
get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang.
How do you answer that question, what if you weren't Tyreek Hill?
It's hard, man. Still trying to figure that out. It's all across the world, man. You see it, you know. I don't want to bring it race into it, but sometimes it gets kind of iffy when you do. You feel me? So, what if I wasn't Tyreek Hill? Lord knows, like, what that guy or guys would have did. You feel me?
So I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down.
Don't tell me what.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that.
And I was just making sure that, you know, I was doing what my uncle always told me to do whenever you in a situation like that. Just listen, put your hands on the steering wheel, just listen. So, gotta be careful, man.
Did an officer put hands on you when you were in handcuffs?
Yeah.
What was going through your head during that moment?
I don't know, I was thinking about something else. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about going for like 150 today, for real. I was on the way, I was like, man, I'm finna go crazy today, man, you feel me? Then all that happened, and I'm like, hold on, is this happening? It happened so fast that it caught me off guard, you feel me? Because I'm like, dang, they really doing this.
Why did they even pull you over, Tyreek?
They said I was speeding, but they said I was speeding. Reckless driving, whatever. So
How much
Did
planning
the
went
officer
into
know
that?
who you were? And
I have no idea. No idea.
so were you able to say that I'm about to play a game?
I wasn't raised like that. The name drop or flash, you feel me? Like, if you say I did something, write me a ticket, because I'm a normal person too. If you say I did something, write me a ticket, do whatever you gotta do.
So I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do.
Keep it down. Hey! Keep your window down. Hey! Keep your window down.
Don't tell me what.
Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that.
A teachable moment gone awry. Instead of Tyreek Hill taking full responsibility, full accountability for his actions prior to the stop. Now, everyone talks about, well, Tyreek, why did you get pulled over? You draw attention to yourself when you're driving at speeds, at high rate of speed. This guy is on his way to the stadium. Did you hear that part in the interview where he says, oh, no, this is in the CNN interview, and I'm not going to play it. You can go look at it. He says he was almost to the stadium, and he should have, or he could have, kept driving, but he didn't want to bring all of that drama to the stadium. So at least he thought that part of that situation through. He thought that through. But he did not think through the way the perception he was putting out there on his way to Hard Rock Stadium. You can't be doing 95 because you think he said, here's another thing. He asked what would have happened if he wasn't Tyreek Hill. I thought that was this is when I knew he had completely lost all perspective. Okay, Mr. Hill, What happens? Okay, number one, you wouldn't have been on the way to Hard Rock Stadium. You wouldn't have been in that McLaren, and you probably wouldn't have gotten pulled over because you wouldn't have had a need to drive as fast as you were driving. You got the attention of the officers by the way you were driving the car. That's why they pulled you over. But he doesn't want to. That was neither addressed by anyone that interviewed Tyreek Hill because they want to play the race card. No one is looking at this situation objectively. No one is asking Mr. Hill the actual tough questions which led to the stop. What drew the officer's attention to you, Mr. Hill? You're in this, McLaren. Why would they want to pull you over? Why, Mr. Hill? Were they just pulling you over? You had your windows up and they seemed like they were tinted, Mr. Hill. So how would they know who was in the vehicle? See, when you ask the question, you get these types of answers. So let's go back to if he wasn't Tyreek Hill. Wow. I couldn't believe that when I heard that. And if there's anyone that thinks Tyreek Hill missed a teachable moment, subscribe to this channel. I want you to subscribe to this channel. If you believe Tyreek Hill missed a teachable moment, subscribe to this channel. Because what would have happened if Tyreek Hill had have gotten into an accident? What would have happened then? On his way to the game, because he's driving at a high rate of speed, weaving through traffic, because he's trying to get to the stadium. As you heard, I have a job to do. I got to do my job. So you're going to put everyone at risk. He was passing by. You're going to put everyone else's life at risk so you can get to the stadium on time. How about if Tyreek Hill leaves 30 or 45 minutes early so he doesn't have to drive like that? See, no one wants to talk about that. And everyone is going to look at me as watching this video and think, see, there you go, man. No, man. What if something horrific would have happened on the way to that game, the way he was driving? See, that changes the whole dynamic of this entire scenario. Now he's answering different questions. And now he's got his teammates running up on the scene thinking he's in danger, not realizing that he brought that situation upon himself. What are you telling young colored men, athletes, aspiring student athletes? What are you telling them? That just because you play for an NFL team, you can drive through town at high rates of speed just because it's game day? And then when you get pulled over and talk to the police disrespectfully, just as we heard, disrespectfully, what are you teaching young colored men who aspire to perhaps play in the league one day? What are you teaching them, Tyreek Hill? What are you teaching them? You said you have children of your own. What are you teaching them? If you are the person you aspire to become in these interviews and after these moments, you need to come back and apologize to those officers, to that police department, and to the people you lied to during those interviews and say, you know what? I should have just taken accountability for my actions during that entire scenario. All that happened to me, I brought upon myself. Me pretending I can't sit down when the officer asked me to sit down because I had had a knee surgery, but you're going to go play in a game, an NFL football game, which requires all of your strength and ability to compete at the highest level. But you can't sit down on a curb when the officer asks you to sit down. What is the teachable moment, Tyreek, in this? What are you teaching young colored aspiring student athletes? What are you teaching them? That your talent can be bigger than your problems? That you can get out of this if you can run a 4.2 and catch a football on Sunday? What are you teaching them, Mr. Hill? You need to come back and correct this for the record. Apologize to everybody you lied to and come back and do this dang thing right. I'm done with this. For those of y'all who think I'm off the rails, subscribe. For those of you all who think I'm on point, subscribe. You all have a blessed day. I'm out.